Lane Truth here, and I love making this video because it's going to piss so many people off while at the same time making so many people happy. And I love that divergence. I love that difference in opinion. First and foremost, ever since X Defiant has come out and I've been praising it, I've had so many people in the comment section wishing death upon this game or saying it's going to die in a few months. If you're one of these people, first and foremost, you're a fucking loser, you're a fucking weirdo, and you probably eat paste every night for dinner. Just taking 2 tubes of Crest, putting them above your head, and squirting them into your mouth like Gogurt or some weird, fluoride-loving Stone Cold Steve Austin. You people are weird. There needs to be competition in the FPS space, or else we get what Call of Duty has done for the past 5 years. When there's no competition, why try? You have all the market share. That's what people don't realize. That's what people don't realize about WWE. The reason WWE is better now than it was, several years ago is because now it has competition with AEW. So competition's good. Competition brings out the best in everyone, and we should be hoping that FPSs flourish. And X Defiant, thankfully, has flourished. Check this out. X Defiant hit 10 million players in less than 2 weeks, according to Mark Rubin at IGN Live. He also said, "We are not concerned about winning the sprint. We are concerned about winning the marathon." That is fantastic news. 10 million players in less than 2 weeks is nothing to take lightly. And to all those people that say X Defiant is not competition to Call of Duty, we need to call a spade a motherfucking spade, because y'all got some terrible memories and y'all don't even realize what's happening right now. Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer is fucking dead. It is dead. Go up to like 1,000 people on the street and ask if they play Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. You might get like 50 people. I'd be willing to bet 50 people, no more than 100, would say, yes, I play it. And that's probably being nice about it. Like, seriously, it's probably less than what I'm expecting even. But let's go over the X Defiant content first and foremost. The Season 1 teaser trailer drop. We're going to get more like details closer to the season. I believe it's early July. We'll be getting that. So I'm looking forward to that. But the new faction we're getting is the GSK from Rainbow Six Siege, and the Ultra appears to be this riot shield. I don't play Siege, so correct me if I'm wrong here. It appears to be this riot shield that you can like run and charge with, like a charger from Left 4 Dead 2 or whatever. So that looks pretty cool. We have a trophy system. It appears in the background I saw. We got 3 new maps coming. We got Clubhouse, which is Rainbow Six Siege themed, Daytona, and Rockefeller. We got new camos in the store that look pretty sweet. We got new mastery camos coming. We got capture the flag coming. We got ranked rewards, etc., etc. 3 new weapons, a sawed-off shotgun, and then 2 other things which I didn't quite catch. But regardless, man, like, X Defiant did this the right way. They didn't rush something out. They waited and made all their content and like have planned it out so they can work on the inner workings of the game, and fine-tune the things that really, really matter. Because at the end of the day, gameplay is most important. And what I am worried about with Call of Duty, guys, every single fucking year. I mean, look, Modern Warfare 2 in 2022 looked like a good game. It hyped people up so much. I am worried because Black Ops 6, all the things that have people hyped are things that they're just bringing back that they took away. It's not actual innovation. And the one innovation we've actually seen is, it could be gimmicky. It could be absolutely terrible. The omnidirectional movement, I mean. I worry. I worry that, at the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day, they are making a game that's going to be good for a year, if that. And then on to the next one. This game's not going to be meant to last. It's not going to be meant to last, and it's going to stop getting support. And they're never going to give you a game that's so good, you're not going to want to buy the next one. That is a harsh truth. I want to read TGD's take on Twitter here because he lays it out, and He pretty much just says it verbatim how I'm feeling about it. And you know what? I'm kind of guilty of this too this year. So let's take a look at it. It doesn't matter how shit COD gets with SBMM and manipulating matchmaking experiences with EOMM. It doesn't matter how many times legitimate players get falsely shadow banned into being unable to play a game they paid for a week. It doesn't matter how many times Activision shows they don't care about their player base. It doesn't matter how many times they kill off their older games even though they're played by many and largely regarded as better experiences than the newer entries. The moment a trailer drops, the majority of you just forget all the issues you had with the previous games, display your sheer lack of a backbone, and cuck out over the next game. The level of brainwashing this series has over a lot of you needs to be studied. Things will never get better if you keep giving them money every single year. And you know what? He is absolutely right. Tell me when he's telling lies. And what you guys don't realize, is that Call of Duty, every single year, every time without fail, the multiplayer is relevant for 2 months. People realize it sucks balls and they drop it like a bad habit. The player count falls off a cliff and never recovers, ever. It's without fail every single year. I'm not talking about Warzone. I'm talking about the mainline games, and I'm talking about traditional multiplayer. If you are huffing copium and saying that Call of Duty has no competition with XDefiant, when XDefiant is trying to compete in the multiplayer front, you're out of your goddamn fucking mind. All right? Like, I genuinely don't think you guys realize how fast multiplayer has died in the past 5 years. I have been here since the beginning, since Modern Warfare 2019. I have seen every single Call of Duty multiplayer release. Half the player base, if not more, are enraged and end up quitting because the game is terrible and the devs don't listen and Activision is only concerned about money and everything about the games are anything but AAA quality. Look, think about this. It is June. We are not talking about Modern Warfare 3, the game that sold 40% less, the last I checked, as Modern Warfare 2 the year prior. 40% drop in sales. And you're telling me that even with Sledgehammer doing all these right things, they are. Sledgehammer's doing a fantastic job. I really do think they are. They're doing everything right, and still, no one cares about Call of Duty multiplayer. No one. I'm sorry to anyone who covers it. No one cares. That includes me. No one cares. It's June. We're talking about Black Ops 6 and XDefiant right now. June. The game has not even been out 7 months, and Sledgehammer has continually done the right thing. It's everything behind the scenes, everything they're not doing that they're not in control of, that is the problem. And I've gone over it, ad nauseum at this stage. But guys, we need to really think about this. Do you honestly think Black Ops 6 is going to be a classic Call of Duty the likes of Black Ops 2? No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's seriously not. XDefiant will be there as soon as those Call of Duty players realize that the new game sucks or isn't what they anticipated. And that is their strength. That is where they're going to compete. They cannot compete with the hype and the yearly, ad campaigns and all that stuff. They can compete during that 7 to 8 month downtime when traditional COD multiplayer is worthless and no one has an interest in it. I will be the first to admit, I think Black Ops 6 gameplay-wise looks good, but listen to what I'm saying in this video. I think Sledgehammer have done a good job overall with Modern Warfare 3, and still no one cares. It's all the stuff that they're not in control over. It's going to be all the stuff that Treyarch is not in control over that's going to kill the game in a couple of months. And multiplayer is going to be an afterthought and bleed players. It's been the same thing for the past 5 years. It's not going to change. Hell, I would argue it's been the same thing since Ghosts came out. I seriously think it's been the same thing since Ghosts came out. What is that? The better part of 10 years now? The better part of a decade? Guys, like, this past year in particular, I'm not even just saying this. I'm not even just saying this. I was going to take a break from my YouTube channel. Modern Warfare 3 content, there's nothing of interest to cover, and no one gives a shit. So I'm like, well, I'll start my second channel back up. I'll build a cabin or something and document it for content. I will do anything but play this awful franchise and awful game. Thank God XDefiant kind of just surprised us with the full release in May here. Or I seriously was about to just peace out. Like, I'm not the only one. If you guys watch other content creators that cover the game, you know that before XDefiant came out, man, like, a lot of people were barely scraping by. As sad as that is. But that's what we got this year. That's the respect we get from Activision Blizzard, or dare I say, the lack of respect. Just in closing here, look at this from the XDefiant team here. This is Aches, one of the XDefiant devs. Nasty says, I've been permanently banned. I'm #1 on the leaderboards, and I've been streaming every second I play. Please help. Within 20 minutes of Nasty posting this, Aches says, stand by, we'll fix it. 20 minutes, and it's fixed. Call of Duty could never. I'm out of time, guys. I'm just saying, lower your expectations. I've not been wrong yet for the past 5 years. Lower your expectations, please. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.
Here's some parting advice.